Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is February 14th, 2020. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Uh, I hope you guys are receiving me. I've been having a lot of trouble trying to get this going. I've been racking my brain for the last oh my god, an hour. Shoot, hour and a half. Um Trying to set this live. Oh my god, I don't even know where this is. I haven't done. I've tried to do live. Well, I've tried to do live um, for you folks when I'm out and about and stuff like that. But doing something live. Oh, now I see it. Is that it? Uh, uh, Bear with me. Oh my goodness. This is just so hard. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, well, this is not really going as what I thought it was going to be. Well, I cannot see your folks' comments. If you're posting any comments, I definitely cannot see anything. This is oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. I can't get this to work correctly. This isn't working right. But anyway, I will try to stay on this for as long as I can. Happy Valentine's Day, folks. I hope everything is going well. Once again, I apologize. I cannot see any of your comments. I've been trying to set things up. Let me bring a little closer here. You're so far away. There. I've been trying to do this live thing, and like I said, I haven't done live from my laptop in a long time, not since my Starbucks days. Before I had home internet, and I'd have to run over to Starbucks and do my live streams. It was a lot easier. And now with YouTube changing so many things, and with this whole COPPA thing and the protection, the child protection, everything is so much different when when one does things live. You have to, it seems like you have to download some second or third party software, get a verification key, get another verification key, turn this up, turn on the program, and then it prompts you to do a lot of things. And it says, since there's tipping involved, it says to put down all your information like banking, receiving information. It was not working. I have everything. And plus, on top of my laptop being so doggone old and just really, really bogging out, when I download a new app or a program or something, forgive my age, I'm used to saying program, not apps. Everything is a program to me. So it does not work. It does not work. It doesn't work. And what is it that I'm using right now? I am using something called Stream Element OBS Live. And this doggone thing isn't working. And like I said, my laptop is so old, trying to run multiple programs here or apps, it just bogs down my laptop. So I apologize. I really, really, really can't see any. Can I? Let's see. This is so far. This really, really, really is hard. Wow. So anyway, today started off not a very good Valentine's Day for me. I'm not. First of all, when it comes to Valentine's Day, I'm not really one of those kind of people that gets really sad or upset. It's like, I got no one or anything like that. That doesn't bother me. I'm not one of those kind. The only thing that I do miss is my daughter. So, um, Carmen Marie, if you happen to be out there and if you watch, or you have friends watch, or you just happen to find out, Carmen Marie, Daddy loves you and I miss you. And I, I'm sorry for everything that's happened. I'm sorry for everything that's going on right now. Um, but I guess mommy's being a little difficult. That's why you and I haven't seen each other since 2014, December. And I don't know, my dear. You can always contact me, you and your two other brothers and sisters. Um, I'm not that hard to get a hold of. All you have to do is Google my name and I come up pretty much anywhere. So, regardless of whatever, for all three of you kids, regardless of whatever your mothers have said, I am not hard to find. I am not impossible to find. So, uh, you can always find me. Just find me, Google my name. So, all right, kids, I love you, but especially you, Carmen Marie, I really, really miss you. And I go cuckoo when I don't see you because I have a constant reminder because I have your baby picture right here. This is like my most, you can even ask your mother. This is my most favorite picture of you. And this picture, your mother happened to take a picture of on the day that we were to go look at the new studio that we were moving in. So yeah, that's look at that face. That's my little girl. That's when she was just about a year old. Cute, right? It's my baby. So with that being said, I hope you folks have had a wonderful Valentine's Day. It started off for me really bad. Uh, it's payday for me today. Um, it was not a good payday. The deductions that are on my paycheck really, really take a lot on my paycheck. And what the one that I mean the most is child support. That went from a solitary amount, and actually it got doubled on me. So I'm getting like 175, almost $200 taken out of my paycheck every 2 weeks. So that just doesn't leave me with anything. And I'm trying to look for. I've been looking for other jobs. My main thing is right now that I want to get into uh, Spectrum Cable. I want to be able to get in there. I want to get into the tech business because retail right now, common and modern retail, is just no good, and especially out here on the West Coast. Uh, with the onset now that everybody pushed for higher minimum wages, and I kept saying people are going to be hurting yourself once you get a higher minimum wage. It's just going to hurt you. It's not so much as a paycheck that it's not the amount of pay that you're struggling for. It's everything around you. It's the outside world, food, gas, utilities, clothing, childcare. Everything is just more and more expensive, and having a paycheck that you want more money is not going to solve your problems. We could be making $20 an hour, and you're still not going to be happy. I personally don't think that we should be making this kind of money. Honestly, I mean, we're pushing close to, I don't know, maybe someone in emergency services, a firefighter or whatever. And it's like the demand is so much, and I don't see myself at that kind of a level. So I think that the pay is reasonable. It's just that everything else around us is just more expensive. So, and sure enough, employers retaliated, especially out here in the West Coast, because now They are just at the legal limit of keeping one employed for the minimum or the maximum or the minimum hours that the state requires, which is uh, 4 hours, I think. So, and there's days when I'm only working 4 hours, and there's only days that I'm working 4 and 3/4 hours. So never really five, unless they are hurting for someone, a backup cashier or someone else. If there's a heavy load to push merchandise on the floor, then yeah, then I'll probably be asked to stay. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was asked to come in today, but I told him I couldn't because I needed to get bills paid. I haven't even paid rent. My check was just so bad and everything, and then the problems proceeded. After midnight, usually the pay comes in. Around after midnight, thereabouts between I'd say 1 and 3 in the morning. Bank deposits get put in for paycheck for payroll. Well, I usually get up and I check. There was nothing there, and I'm thinking, well, I'll just wait. It's probably going to be later after 3. So this morning when I got up, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. Still, there was no deposit. Still, another hour later, another hour later, and I ended up calling work, and I talked to my HR person, and she said, "No, Charlie, you're. I see your deposit right there." Hi, Alice. How you doing? I can see you. Oh my God, I can see you. And I was just complaining that I can't see chat because I tried to do this on the laptop, but I can see you because now I'm shooting from my cell phone. Uh, so it wouldn't go in, and I was given another number to call, corporate payroll, and no, they looked it up. No, Charlie, everything's there. Oh, good. Are you having a good Valentine's Day? I saw your pictures. That looks cool. That you having fun, right? And they just they said, yeah, it's there. And I called my bank, and finally I got a call. It wasn't working. I couldn't get through. Good. I'm so happy for you guys. Did you guys go to the flower mart? I wanted I wanted to go to the flower mart and do a video from there, Alice, and everything. And I'm trying to explain everything. It was just delayed, and I couldn't get there. That would have been cool. I would have liked to share everybody else how the flower mart works and the big rush of people coming in for Valentine's Day. So I called my bank, and they said they were having technical difficulty and computers were down. So I wasn't the only one. I don't know how many thousands or hundreds of thousands of people didn't receive any money. So and fine, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, time's going by, restricting me for things, and I have to do so much. Suffice to say, at 11 o'clock, finally the deposit went through, and I was just like, I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's not really even a bank; it's just PayPal. So that's the only thing that I was able to acquire when I was homeless was a PayPal account. So that's what I did. It's not the best. It's better than Gold Dot, or is it no Green Dot? Excuse me. It's better than Green Dot, but still, it's kind of problematic. I don't have as much control with a PayPal account as far as like when Uber took the $15 fee from my account. You can't have them put a stop on an account. You can't have them put a freeze on an account because they say they're not really a bank. They're just a money service. So, kind of frustrating. But it is what it is. And until I get up and out of this situation, out of here, and get into my own apartment, then I can move forward with changing everything to a little bit more stable banking institution situation as it is right now. I don't want to do that because um, it's just linked so much to my to work and everything, and to change that would cause problems. Um, if I change banks, I would have to stop with that. It would take probably a pay period or two, and I would probably get a paper check, maybe one or two times, and then another bank would come in and everything. I don't really want to do that kind of mess until, like I said, until I move in, just to keep things a little bit more safe and secure. And it's just, I don't know, it's just the way it is. But as frustrating as it is, that's pretty much everything that I've ever dealt with since I've been homeless is just one frustration after another. And uh, coming to a normal life or a normal life, housed life with a job and everything just imposes a little bit more difficultiness and restrictions because, I got to tell you that being homeless for almost 5 years, everything has changed so much. Everything has changed. And as much as I've tried to stay up with news, working, employment, uh, laws, and everything that everything comes by, I've always tried to stay on top of that because I knew that eventually I wasn't going to be here all the time. I knew that eventually one day I was going to get up out of the situation and have a normal life again. And yeah, it's pretty difficult. Like just banks are just so difficult right now. And I didn't even, you know, regular banks charge so many fees now. It's just incredible. The only good thing that with having PayPal, I don't pay any any monthly fees or whatever that have no overdraft or whatever. So as long as I do direct deposit, I don't pay a fee. If I didn't have direct deposit, then I think it's something like five and change a month as far as the fee goes. And when I had Green Dot, every time I wanted to load money on my Green Dot card, I'd have to go to Rite Aid or Walgreens or Walmart and buy a money loader card, or just go up to the counter and say that I want to load money on my Green Dot and swipe, but they still would charge you like $5. So getting away from fees, no matter what situation, is just doggone really impossible. Pretty frustrating, all those fees add up. Like I have fees, they take 10% of child support takes 10% of the money of the $175 that I give every paycheck for my children. They take 10% out, and that's administrative fees or processing fees. That's kind of frustrating because they're taking money away from my kids. Never mind whatever the ex-wife does with the children's money. That I really it doesn't it does, but I do concern, but I know that they're not doing anything. But having someone else take money from it is just, I don't know. It's kind of, it feels kind of like strong arm in the sense, with with no reason, and it's not like it's helping my children anything. I think I think child support services should be a complete and free system. If they're really looking out for the benefit of a child, said child, and or children, they shouldn't be imposing fees towards making sure that a child gets money. That should just be part of anything. But counties now, for whatever small thing it is, they just charge you for anything, and it sucks. But yeah, it's so frustrating. And let me show you folks right here. See what it is. I have everything set up. This is the stream thing or whatever, and it's not working. It's registering audio, but it wouldn't register my camera. And then at that same time, my I was trying to set everything up. It wasn't reading my external camera, or no, it was reading the external camera, but it wasn't reading my external mic. This thing that I use, um, but it's picking up on the internal mic. There's just so many problems, and having this laptop is just not really. It's not conducive to anything right now. It's not really helping. It's kind of hindering, but it's my old Model T, and I got to keep it until I can find something else or hit a jackpot or something, or find a good scratch or a lottery ticket. Oh, I Sunday morning, Sunday morning, we had a lottery winner here in Pasadena, and I play the lottery when I can. The lottery tickets are $2 each, and I'll play the lottery. I'll get a super lotto and a Powerball, and that's $4 when I can. Like, I was just barely kind of like freaking out just to load my tap card, but I need my bus fare, so that was like the very 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 first thing that I did. And just I already put it in the trash, and just to show you folks, I'm not one that plans, but yesterday I knew that it was my paycheck was going to be itsy bitsy, so I did the my list, see, and on the top of my list is tap card, and with the other essentials and food and stuff. And I got to get that out. That's like my priority, and it was just hard. I was just slow moving today. It was not a progressive day. I mean, I got the things done that I needed to, but now as I see for the next few weeks, it's just gonna be really, really tight and scrimping. But the only thing is that I do have a couple of sources for extra food if I run out. I have I have I have Church of Nazarene. I also have the Methodist Church where I go definitely. I think Jackie Robinson Center. I haven't been there in ages, but I think they do. And I can on Wednesdays they have a free meal. But the only thing is that this is all predicated on days that I work. Like I've been on Tuesdays when I can go to the Methodist Church at 10 o'clock in the morning. I can go get food over there. But I've been working those Tuesday mornings, and it doesn't behoove me to take the day off just to go get food. I'd rather put in the hours and put in a paycheck than just to get a bag of food. It's just because I would need that money more than just for food. I need that money for paying rent and other essentials, other non-food essentials. So mainly the bus pass. So I'm going to close this down now. This is frustrating. This is the second time I've tried to do a live stream from home, and it was an absolute failure, and yikes. But it is what it is, right? It's tough. And it was just, and I was thinking, it's just like, well, just do it from the cell phone. And it's just so much easier. Upcoming. Oh, see, there's another attempt. There's the other attempt. Oh, wow. See, I'm just going back. And there's the other attempt. But so I think until I can resolve this or get this live working properly, I'm just going to have to do live streaming from my cell phone wherever I go, because this is just not working for me. Oh, it's so slow. And every time I do a click, it just slows. And I've run. There we go. Please, thank you. And I've defragmented my laptop, and I've checked, and everything's zero defragmented. But yeah, it won't work properly. Not on this. Even when I edit a video, it's so slow as far as turning the video over and compressing it into the format that I need to upload it. A 30-minute, I would say roughly a 25-minute video to process. Now, I don't know if How many of you also are out there YouTubers? But if you can tell me how long it takes for you to process a video, it takes, I kid you not, for a 25-minute video, I usually no less than 6 hours just to process that. And it's very, very frustrating. It's oh my God. I've had to a couple of times actually when it's taking so long, I'll go to sleep and I'll leave the computer on and it won't work unless the screen is on. If it goes to sleep, it won't work. So in the morning when I get up, and this happens twice. This has happened twice. The video didn't process. It just crashed. So I have to do it all over. I'll usually like when I get off work, I'll have to come back, and as soon as I get home, I just power it up and I start with the whole processing and format it just because I know it's going to take at least no less than 6 hours. So yeah, it's just I don't know, but it's a lot easier. It is a lot easier though. I mean, if I was homeless, I'd have to be doing this in a library, or I'd have to wait to when the library closed. I'd have to be outside of the library, getting Wi-Fi, and then running down my phone or running down my laptop, not having any juice, probably thinking it most likely will crash because I have nothing to plug in. So all in all, it's really not so much as really, 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 really bitching about it. It's just mere frustration. And I know, I know that I'm going to get a new laptop. I know that I'll eventually get a new camera, and I I know that everything's gonna be, but it's just really hard, and it's just really, really taking a lot of time. And the one thing though that I'm really, really kind of frustrated, and I think well, I don't think I know I'm bummed, but I am pretty sure I did not get that apartment, folks. I didn't want to do an exclusive video, and I wanted to share this with you. The apartment that I had applied for a few weeks ago, no one's called. No one's called me to move in and say, "Hey, it's done, everything." I met with the landlords and the owners and the manager and everything. We must have chatted for about a half hour, handed in my packet for them to fill out and everything. And when you hand in your packet, they will call you and confirm you that they filled out all the package. You go and pick up the package and you take it back to the prospective place that is doing your housing authority or whomever you are dealing with to get you the housing, your permanent housing, not the temporary or the homeless transitional housing, which is what I'm in, but your permanent one. And you turn it in, it's reviewed, it's turned in, a couple of more I's and T's are dotted and crossed. And I don't think the process should take any more than 2 or 3 weeks. And yeah, and I've called the place, I've called the apartments a couple of times now, 3 times, 4 times, I think. No, 3 times. But no response, to no avail, no nothing. No, Charlie, hey, you didn't get, not even so much as, Charlie, you did not get it, you did not qualify. Not even so much as, hey, you POS, we don't want you. So nothing, nothing, not to tell me that I have been denied or not to tell me that I have been accepted. So, and I called my housing lady. She's out of the office for about a week, and I left her a message. And I spoke to another person, and they said, well, it's taken a little too long, and it shouldn't take this long because it was in December, folks. If you remember correctly, it was in December when I got the Section 8 voucher, and I had to use it by the 1st of January. So I was way ahead of the schedule on the ball game. But I have not gotten any response either way. And with the advent of now, we're in slow hours, and hours just really haven't picked up. And I've been the extra day. That's not even a day. The extra 4 hours that I pick up here and there is just, it has not been enough. And then when I had a good 1 month. I haven't had steady hours. July, August, September, August. It's right about August, coming in September, and everything slowed down. And then it picked up for December, and I had 2 weeks of a good pay run, and it was a good check. I was able to catch up with stuff, and that's when child support hit me. They noticed that I was making more money, so it went from $75 a pay period to 175 a pay period, and oh my god! But and I've tried to call them. Well, they're pretty much adamant. They're just not going to lower it anymore back to what it was. So the only way they're going to lower it is, honestly, is if I'm homeless, and that's the only thing that's actually impairing my ability to do things. It's bad enough that child support, for the person that has to pay child support, right off the bat, your driver's license is taken away from you, and for whatever period it is. I mean, I already got I have the permission back to get my license. That has been unblocked, but now it's a whole nother situation. Now I have to find a way to go get my driver's license. I got my handbook. I've been reading it off and on. Oh, that's another thing I changed. All these California rules are just so really, I thought they were redundant before, but they're really redundant, and they're really silly now. It's just kooky. So now that's another thing. And then I have to get a real ID if I ever decide to fly out of California, because in the state of California now, they're making it so you have to have a real ID by October of 2020. If you do not have a state approved real ID, you cannot board an airplane to go anywhere within or out of this country if you are a California resident. So that means, and it's not like that. I plan on taking an airplane or a trip or someone via airplane. But it's just that I have this thing that I like to enter contests, especially on KTLA, and sometimes there's trips to like Las Vegas or Orlando or whatever they're doing, somewhere here around the country, or vacation down in Mexico or something, you know what I mean? And I try for those contests, and it wasn't until one day I just had an epiphany after I texted the secret code or the secret number, and I'm like, hey, what happens if you win one of these prizes? You're not going to be able to fly. I cannot fly whatever destination. I mean, right now, if I wanted to go to, I don't know, to Arizona, go visit family, or go to Nevada or whatever, or Las Vegas, my only two choices are train or bus, which is not a big deal because it would be a lot cheaper just to take the bus, the Megabucks or the Flix or whatever charter company out there. I mean, last time I went to Vegas, I think the round trip was about $25. And I got a reserved, and I got a really good seat at that time too, because I did it online for Megabus. And for an extra like $2, you can get a choice seat of your own. So, and I did that, and it wasn't so bad. The bus is really comfortable. They have charging ports, they have USB so you can charge and everything. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty copacetic. And you can take food on there and drink on there. No, not alcoholic, but you can take food and drink. And enjoy yourself on the bus, which on Greyhound, I don't know if you can or not. It seemed like you couldn't for quite a while there. I just don't take. I wouldn't like Greyhound. It's just the bus station for Greyhound is in a really. I know exactly where it is. Not in a good place of LA. It's better to take the Megabus or the Flix out of Union Station, out of the train station, uh, and it's safer because the Greyhound station that used to be in downtown LA in the Fabric District, um, that poor building, I miss that building, has moved down since I want to say east, south, southeast. Anyway, not in a good place, and it's really kind of sketchy. So, especially if you get a bus early in the morning, um, yeah, it's not all that great. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it, and just today everything with the bank and everything. Um, what I want to do, what I was hoping to God that I needed to do, the most urgency thing that I need to do. No, no, it's crazy. It is. My paychecks since the 1st of January have equated within possibly 20 or $30 more than what I would be making um, on GR and EBT combined. I was getting 198 in food stamps, and I was getting 220 in GR. GR is general relief. That's cash. It's separate. It's not part of getting food stamps. It's a whole different thing altogether. So, and actually things were a little bit easier. I could budget myself to extend. So I was on my income was $420 a month. That's combined food and money altogether. And I being homeless and I didn't have an overhead or bills like I have now. So it was a little bit easier to budget myself. I can make $420 sometimes last a good five weeks, And if I was really, really good, I would have a little bit rollover, maybe five and a half, pushing it 6 weeks. But with all this now, things are a lot different. And child support biting at my ankles and just taking bites, taking not just nibbles, but taking good bites. It is what it is, But what are you going to do? As frustrating as it is, it's life. It's life, and you got to either give up or just keep going. And I don't want to give up. It is frustrating at times, but it's frustrating being homeless also. And there's times when you are homeless and you're thinking, I'm just going to be homeless for the rest of life. It's a little bit easier because everything that I've been trying to get out of this is frustrating, getting denial. So honestly, being homeless can be more frustrating with promises and hopefulness that you are given to. It is hard though, right? You know how frustrating it is. It's tough, but what else do we have to do, Alice? And you've seen me and you've known me through Mark and the channel and the group. And you know that I've kept going and swinging and punching. If I'm punching air, I'm just going to keep punching air. If there's a wall in front of me, I'm going to punch it too. It seems to come in waves. You're doing fine. You're just punching air, and then all of a sudden, here comes a wall. It's like, and then you punch. That's all you can do. That's all I can do, most certainly. So yeah, I don't know. That's all I can do. I'm trying. Try. I don't want to go back out there, Alice. You know how bad it is. You seem just getting worse, right? I don't want to go out there. I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. And just and I got people that follow me, close people. I have some family that follows me. I have quite few friends that follow me. Alice, one being, and I have a couple of homeless folks that follow me too. My friends, my street friends. They don't follow me really, and like I said, they don't have to follow me. I don't encourage them to follow me because they don't need to follow me. They got the real thing. They got the real thing here, especially when I go visit them and we update each other and they're like, "Well, how's it going, Carlos?" Carlos is my street name, so that's my alias, I guess. That we all have kind of some most of us have a lot of street names when we're homeless, but Carlos has always been kind of my nickname. So when I was homeless, I would say, "Well, what's your name?" "Well, my name is Charlie, but I go by Carlos or Chick, Chaz, Chuck, whatever you feel like calling me, whatever I look like to you. I don't care, just whatever." So Carlos is my name. So my friends, I check up on them and it's just like, "How you doing?" "I'm doing this. I'm not doing that good." And so they don't follow me. And I don't, they don't have to follow me. I'm not going to press that. The same thing goes with my family and my friends, especially my coworkers. So, like on the one video where I said I had my Oscar moment, that was my friend and my coworker that told me that his son watches my channel and he and his family just started watching my channel, and that meant a lot to me. That really really meant a lot to me. So it still tickles me a lot. I just so ever grateful. So that's why I try to be as open and as honest as I can with everybody around me, everybody at work, people that I meet on the street. You folks, first and foremost, most importantly, I keep it as real and as honest with you, no matter what. I'm not doing these eating challenges. I'm not doing a challenge, whatever. Although I did want to try the broom challenge. And Alice, I saw that you did the broom challenge. That was cool. That was really cool. But I didn't even know that there was a broom challenge until actually I got home that evening and I was checking on my email and days events on Facebook and then responses or anything on YouTube. And I'm like, broom challenge. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And I didn't know that was it Monday, Sunday or Monday? I guess it was because they said that the earth is aligned with something. So there's the magnetic field. So it'd be a lot stronger. I really don't remember. It didn't work. I saw on KTLA that they kept saying that it works best on a new broom. So um, yeah, and then they said that it didn't really have to be on that day where the Earth was aligned or whatever. They said you can actually do it at any given time of the day, today, now you can do it, but you really do need a good broom, and most prospectively, a brand new broom because it's got the flat surface. Uh, Actually, one of the newscasters, the weather guy that I watch on KTLA here, he was trying to do it, but he's on the green screen, everything is showing, and you can see on the floor there was something, and they said that uh, Henry was using tape to hold it up. So thank you, Seattle Judy. Hi, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Yeah, I really don't do any of those kind of challenge or anything like that. I mean, I think I would have done the ALS challenge had I been indoors. Uh, But being homeless, I'm not gonna pour a bucket or a gallon bottle of water. So it wouldn't behoove me. I would have liked to have done it though. I challenges for charity of such and anything like that. Yeah, I would most prospectively do if it's within my means, if it's capable. I'll do it. But other stuff like what was the other one? Oh, the plank challenge. Yeah, it doesn't. I wasn't going to do that either. I'd rather do something constructive for a good cause or whatever. So I think that is it, my friends. Gosh, I actually did. I don't honestly. I will save a receipt for a couple of days just to make sure that what I spent or whatever. But I had to, in order to buy what I needed to, just on that short list, I had to go through just today. One, two, three, four. This is five, my bus pass. Let's see. $20 on my tap card. And then when I got home, I still wasn't done. So I had to go across the street to Vallarta and get the final things. And I'm not done by any means because I'll have to go back. I won't need sandwich luncheon meat. The only thing I'm gonna have to go back to the store next week is probably bread for sandwiches. My I don't, like I said, I don't cook here in the house. I live literally off of sandwiches. Off of sandwiches. That because it I know where my budget is. I know pretty much in the ballpark what I'm going to spend. I got a pack of I got to get a packet of lunch meat. I don't buy the single packets. I buy the extra ones. The new packages where they for like making sub sandwiches, the kits or whatever. That's what I buy. I brought my bread. I got my mayo, mustard, couple of baked potatoes, oranges. I love fruit, so I got my oranges or apples or whatever. Not really. I like bananas, but being homeless, one of the things that we get an abundance of, and I understand because of nutrition, and we get an abundance of bananas. Uh, you go to a lot of feedings, people come by and give you sack lunches. Hello. Hi, thank you for welcome. We get a lot of bananas, and I like bananas, but I've kind of had my fill of bananas. Just like another thing that we get a lot of, not so much as sandwiches, but hot dogs. I haven't had. No, that line. I did have half a hot dog when I went to go visit my friends because the hot dog came by and I was really hungry that morning, and I had a hot dog. It just hot dogs and bologna sandwiches. I haven't had a bite of bologna since I was homeless. Yeah, so but fruit, I love fruit. I love apples. Uh, Washington Reds are like my favorite. I like the cutie oranges and navel oranges. Actually, all oranges almost. I like the super sweet, like Tangelos, really good Tangelos. I love fruit. And I've just, I maintain my budget by buying what I buy. Like today, I love Oreo cookies. I love Oreo cookies. I'm an Oreo cookie junkie. They are on sale at Ralph's here today and tomorrow on Ralph's. Usually for Fridays and Saturdays they have good sales. So you can get a regular package of Oreo cookies for $1.49. That's not bad. They're usually like $3 and almost $4 for the family packs. So um, Seattle, how is Seattle with the homeless? So I have a friend that used to be homeless who's up there, and the challenges are pretty great up there, from what I understand and from what he posts and stuff like that. It seems kind of hard. Love oranges, right? Have you tried the blood oranges? I love blood oranges. They're very, very sweet, right, Alice? But yeah, homelessness is just so. Anyway, oh, I digressed really seriously. Sunday morning, they announced there was a $12 million lotto winner here in Pasadena, and I immediately went for my wallet to go check my tickets, and remembering the tickets that I already bought them. They were for last week's, and I didn't buy tickets for that winning for Saturday past, and for about 3 seconds, I got all excited. Oh my God, here it is. I won $12 million. Yes. And then the realization, hey, dummy, you didn't buy for Saturday night, remember? And I'm like, so disappointed, so disappointed. Cry, tear, agony. But somebody won. So actually, and it's at the donut shop on South Arroyo, right after the Whole Foods, by the is it by the car wash? Yeah, by the car. I know exactly where it is, Arroyo Donuts. But so now I'm tomorrow. I'm going to before work. I go to work tomorrow. I work from 1 p.m. to 6:30, I think. So tomorrow, I'm gonna go down to Arroyo Donuts. Excuse me, and go buy my lotto, because here in California, whenever you get a place hits a winning lotto, it starts to become popular and people get all superstitious. So that's a place to go buy your ticket, because that's a lucky place. Like Bluebird, the most famous out of any Southern California retailer here, I believe, is Bluebird Liquor Store in Hawthorne. And you can look it up, Bluebird Liquors in Hawthorne. I think they've had the most successfully, almost consecutive winners and winners and winners. So whenever the jackpot gets out there, especially the Powerball, when it gets to be like 60 million or plus, or 40 million plus, that liquor store is out the door and to the around the block. And yeah, it's pretty crazy, because a lot of the news stations, when they know that the jackpot is really, really high, they flock down there for coverage and everything. There's many. Oh, is it the Homeless Connect Day? We have that here too in Pasadena. I think it's almost kind of in unison at a certain period of the year is when almost, yeah, it's I thank you. I come to find out that almost every city that has the capability or metropolitan area has a Homeless Connect Day right around the same time. I think ours is in early or mid October. I wanted to go last year, but I had to work, and I wanted to see what they were doing. And I had talked to some of my friends, and they said it was pretty terrible. They said they did have the barbecue, because the Pasadena Fire Department comes out there and they bring the fire truck, and they have this huge, beautiful barbecue, this beautiful red grill that they use. And it's really, really nice to see the firefighters cooking for the community, especially for the homeless. It's really good. You know what they say is firefighters are amongst the best cooks, and I believe it. I've seen their kitchens. It's pretty spectacular. So, but last year's Homeless Connect Day, they didn't have medical. They didn't have the flu shots this time, nor did they have the eyeglass doctor place, which is three major things that homeless need. All they did is have major, just nothing but referral services. They did not even do the hair cutting. And to so many homeless people, I know, I looked forward to that. Having a free haircut is just, I mean, you get a haircut and you walk out actually feeling a little bit human. Side note, maybe getting a shower, at least getting a free haircut, especially, the women don't have as much opportunities or easy opportunity as a guy to do whatever. A guy can $15-20 could go buy. Yeah, we don't even have shoes, no, nor clothing. We don't even have that. So we don't have shoes. I think they did one year give an abundance of clothing, but in the homeless sector, it seems that there's always an overabundance of ladies' clothing more than there is men's clothing, which is good. Which is good because I think for homeless folks, I think women need to. God, it's so hard for a woman. I remember when my ex-wife and I, when we came to California, and well, when I came back to California, her first time coming out here, it was rough. It was really rough, and I bent over backwards just to try to make it comfortable because I knew that we were going to be homeless for a while until we got in, and we did get in a lot sooner than I got in. But I'd always make sure we get up early in the morning. We had our spots. We had our McDonald's. We had a couple of places where we would go clean and wash up. Um, she goes, I need my curling iron. I go, honey, just take your curling iron, plug it in, just do it. And people, if women look at you funny or whatever, just, whatever, just ignore it. Just get yourself right. And it was really important because we both had a job. We were living in our truck, but we couldn't afford to get a place. It's just hard. But when we were able to save up a little money, then we were doing the weeklies. And that was, at that time, I think we were paying $125 a week for a weekly. They're a lot more now since then. I've looked. It's pretty expensive. But we used to stay at the El Rancho Motel in Duarte. That was our favorite place. That was really, really cool. And here in California, you cannot stay in a motel past 27 or 28 days. You have to leave. You most certainly have to leave by the 30th day. 29th is your absolute day last. You have to leave definitely by the 30th because then it's considered residency by the state, and no motel wants to do that, especially homeless people. They're willing to oblige, but they don't want you to get too comfortable. That's fine. So we were doing that, and we had our cat. We had a cat that I found and we adopted. And we had stayed there 3 consecutive weeks. And the guy saw that we were paying on time and everything, and he knew our situation. We talked. He asked us and stuff like that. He says, "Yeah, we're homeless." We we even had this huge, cute cat climbing tower that I bought for Kiki on clearance for like $10. It was like a $40 cat tower, and it's all connected and everything. So whenever we get into checking our room, one of the things after getting everything is I got to put up the cat tower for the cat. So yeah, and actually the really really cool thing is about that one gentleman at the Rancho Motel is he saw that we're struggling. He says, "Look, you guys are a really good couple. You guys are on time, no problems with you guys, and you guys go to work and see everything. Instead of having to load everything in your truck and having to take it back out and set up because it was a lot. We had a refrigerator, we had a bed, we had a color TV, we had air conditioning, we had a bathroom. Thank God, I just wanted a bathroom for my wife. She just had to, you know, a lady has to wash her hair. She's got tons of hair product in her hair and makeup. So she has to get rid of that and start fresh all over again. So we did that. Yeah, I know. So, that was it. And the guy says, instead of you guys having to haul everything in and out of your truck for 24 hours and then come back and set up, just leave your stuff in the room. And I promise I won't rent the room to out anybody else. You come back tomorrow or 2 days or whatever, up until past whatever day we needed to legally, and your stuff will be safe. No one will touch anything, and I'll make sure of that. And you guys can come just back in, pay your rent, and just move right in. Honey, you think, yeah, sure. If he says, then we got to trust him because it's just, yeah, sure, okay, all right. So we did. We took it, and yeah, sure enough, we were at the El Rancho Motel we were doing this for about a good 2.5 months. I had $125 a pop. Um, and I was lucky enough that child support, I guess, hadn't got me yet. But boy, did they got me good. So we had a little bit more mobility and a little bit more freedom with the flow of excess cash. So, and then we finally got our studio in Duarte and everything, and then we ended up here in Pasadena. But yeah, it was hard. It was hard. It was rough. But and now I think just starting a couple years ago, now we're just having free shower facilities. Not so much as here in Pasadena, but in South Pasadena. Uh, the company Lava Made that started, I guess, in San Francisco. They went down to San Diego and they came to Pasadena, LA area. They went to LA first and then they came to Pasadena. And when I found out about them and I was still homeless, I would write to them. I'd email them and say, you guys, please, please come to Pasadena. We could really use your services out here. There's a lot of homeless people. There's not too many places to bathe or whatever. So, and within time they did. So I don't need their services. Thank goodness. Thank God. But at least they're here for others. And that's the important thing. So, but homelessness is not going to go anytime. It's not going to go away anytime soon, my friends. I kind of predict that it's actually going to get a little bit worse. They said on the news right now, Hollywood wants to reinvent Hollywood Boulevard. They actually want to make it a little bit more nicer. They want to do all these things, revitalize Hollywood Boulevard. And I'm all for that. That's great. That's fantastic. But what are you going to do with, as beautiful as you want to make Hollywood Boulevard? What are you going to do with all the homeless people that are right there on the boulevard? There's homeless people on the boulevard on your brand new, expensive, redone city street. What are you going to do with them? You redo your streets. You're certainly not going to want homeless people on a new avenue, a new boulevard, right? That's all shiny. And what's that dirty spot? Oh, that's a homeless. Oh, you're not. LA did the same thing this morning. They came out, they wanted. Broadway is our main drag. Broadway is where we used to have all sorts of cinemas and movie theaters. It is. It is very sad. It is very sad. And they want to revitalize Broadway. They want to bring it all up, all nice and everything. And we used to have, I'm exaggerating, but billions of movie theaters. And you can go down the Orpheum, the Atlantic, the $1 Million Theater. You can get, back in the day, 2-3 movies for 99 cents. It was fantastic. It was awesome. Broadway was just filled with neon lights, J.G. Newberry's Bullocks. I mean, everybody had, especially during Christmas, they had the storefronts. You know, Christmas Story, when the kids are looking at the storefront, that's how the storefronts on Broadway in the department stores, they were actually done up with dioramas, and not just for Christmas, throughout the season. It was like there was a big selling point. The department stores and everything had dioramas just to entice people to come in and spend money and stuff. That's how we advertised in my time. That's how department stores and everything advertise, not just in the newspaper or whatever, but they wanted to show their wares off, their clothing and stuff. And dioramas are the one thing that gets noticed more to the public. Look at Disney. Disney's full of dioramas and the rides and the land and everything. And it's a selling point. It makes you look and want and daydream and just yearn for that. So that's what dioramas used to do for department stores. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's just all silly, crappy, and really unimaginative advertising as far as I'm concerned. Not very constructive, very silly stuff that just doesn't make sense anymore. But we have become a society of. When did that end? That, my dear lad, I think they started doing that away in the late 70s, almost towards the mid to late 70s. Um, Bullocks was there, the Broadway. Um, I even think we had an ore box down there. Oh, no, we had an ore box down in Torrance at Del Amo. Huge, huge department stores that just were fantastic, and the buildings are still there. Art Deco, beautiful, beautiful buildings, just empty. And those empty, and a lot of those buildings now are like these cheap little 99-cent clothing with really. Now, when you're homeless, this clothing is really good. So it's geared, I think, for the low income people, but it's not good quality. It's not good material. It's just, but it is what it is. And a lot of the movie theaters are now like these half-hacked, excuse my language, half-hacked, half-assed Christian churches that just, they do like faith healing. And there's one in there that's kind of like a weird and spooky. Clifton's, I know Clifton's is still there, and they remodeled it, and I want to go down there too. Clifton's is a great cafeteria kind of restaurant, circa like 1950s. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, that's how you enticed people to come in, and you can definitely see the remnants of how it was in a Christmas Story, and just the opening scene of A Christmas Story. That's, he's looking at the Red Ryder BB gun. That's how it used to be here, but not so much, not anymore. Now it's app this, you need an app for that, and all this, and people don't want to pay. People just have the attention span now of a cat. And that's not to put down a cat, and I love cats, but yeah, no, I have guests, not customers, guests that come in and right off the bat, where is this? Where's that? Did you not want to look around or find for yourself? No, I just want to know. I just got. Oh, or the secondary most common. Actually, I think it's the primary most common thing. The other is secondary. Is where's the bathroom? You just walk. You don't even want to go look for where the bathroom is. You just right off the bat. All right. And then they'll come out of the bathroom, and since my department is right by the bathroom, they'll say, where do you have your food? 20 feet down to your left. Can you just look? What I would like to say, I don't. Oh, yes, just down there, over there. See the bananas sticking out so far? That's where the food is. We have become a society buried into our smart devices. We don't really want to acknowledge each other or anybody else. We become a society of, and I'm not really one, just once in a while where I show something special, like at the Funko store, but we've become a society of a vain society. We're all about selfies. We're all about, oh, I got my Instagram shot. What is that all about? What is that all about? Even businesses now, they encourage, they feed into that not even a child mentality. A child is so much more smarter than seeing some scantily dressed woman going, oh, how do I look? Oh, is this great? And filter, 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 filter. Wow. We can't we can't see or think past our cell phones. Don't get me wrong, I love tech. I really, really love tech. Without tech, I would not be here. But it's how it's utilized